The foolishness.
She's extraordinarily irrational. Ann Coulter is a certified public nut.
Listen to this.
My history goes back to my old CNN days. And I mean, she not only is she conservative, but she's also irrational. She's extraordinarily irrational. And this argument she makes about what is a foundational black person as opposed to an unfoundational black person? Has she ever taken a history class that discussed the Middle Passage, the transatlantic slave trade? Kamala's dad, Don Harris, who's an economist, he's Jamaican. But the same ship that stopped basically in Virginia probably ease on down the road, to Jamaica. So she doesn't know what she's talking about, but it is, as Macondo just said, it's a divide and conquer tactic that some black people are going to play into. There's this group of people called ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves.
Which I am.
And they about as crazy as Ann Coulter. They believe that the only people who deserve reparations are the ones who can prove their enslaved lineage.
Exactly.
Well, as Obakongo says, we need to come together, not fall apart, and we need to be very clear. Economic injustice was done to all of us, and we all need to get reparations because of it. But
bam,
Ann Coulter, I don't even know why she's still around, but she's a nut.
But now, why wouldn't she not still be around? What do you want her to do? Disappear off the face of the earth? Stop having an opinion? The same thing that you claim you want equal rights for everyone. You don't want Ann Coulter to have because her opinion is not your opinion. And see, this is why my mother did not raise me to be racist like these people. This is why a black American has not been made the president of the United States, because of people like Dr. What's her name? MALVEAUX. Now everybody wants to be black American. No, they have a fit if the LGBTQ members call women cis. I don't like it myself. I'm not cis. I'm female. I'm a woman. But they have their rights to their feelings and who they want to be, without encroaching upon my rights and my feelings of who I want to be and who I am, right? My mother explained this to me a long time ago. There are a group of people, they are not black, that one day they are going to say that they are us. And when I say us, I mean that group of people where she said the descendants of slaves. We are the descendants of the original slaves after slavery was over. Not the slavery that was worldwide. This is after 1779, slavery ended. And through the West Indies, which is what she's saying, channel, people continued to enslave us. It was called piracy. Well, my family, which goes back 3 or 4 generations possibly, I'm a direct lineage to a slave. So there are people who migrated here in the 1800s. They're not entitled to reparations. So this is why. And she doesn't have a relative that she can trace back to a slave. This is why only 7% of the community of us that are still alive are really even entitled to it, because our great grandparents did not get it. And so it wasn't left to inherit down to us. I'm talking about the land. I'm talking about our culture, our heritage. It was taken from us. So people who are speaking Nigerian, you're not speaking the original Nigerian tongue. It was forbidden. So you're speaking a derivative of Nigerian. I don't know it at all. I don't know my heritage. I don't know my culture. This, because it was taken, right? So this was not passed down to me. That's called heritage. All right. So Ann Coulter, what they're upset about with Ann Coulter, let me sit down, is that in a video I made, I believe in 2022, I said white people are going to regret not hiring black people like myself. We are not the black people who have migrated to this country. Now you've got Kamala Harris in there saying, oh, but I'm black. No, a Jamaican person would never be caught calling themselves black. And you're right. She is right. Dr. MALVEAUX is right that they were also enslaved, but they weren't enslaved by America, so America doesn't owe them reparations. There are some Chinese people here that by heritage or do reparations. There are white people in America by lineage, because either their grandfather or their grandmother was a slave, is due reparations. But I know for a fact in which states had slaves and which states did not have slaves. It's all traceable. The majority of these people came here after the 1800s on their own volition, and they are not due any reparation. No land was promised to them. So when I say I'm going to pay the 1.5 million, but it has to be based on lineage, there's nothing crazy about me. I know exactly what I'm talking about. All of a sudden, now everybody wants to be black. And if they can't be included in the reparations, then it's more of them than there is of us. So that's why we'll never get the reparations. But again, what I said to about the video I made with Ann Culture, you cut off your nose and spite your own face when you refuse to make someone like me a president, when you refuse to make someone like me an original American. I'm as original as they get, and my children and my grandchildren. We are the original inhabitants of the stolen land from Turtle Island. North America used to be Turtle Island. Of course, it was owned by the Native Americans. But I am also Native American because my African ancestors copulated with the Native American ancestors. That's how I am Blackfeet. So I have a lot more invested in ensuring that the people who are here and that America passed down to, because our parents had us and their parents had them, even the ones who migrated here after the 1800s, do you want to be replaced out by everybody around the world, like the Kamala Harris Imhoffs of the world? We made this system. We said, let them come here because we need people to work in these fields, and there's no one in our country who can do it. Instead of investing in the people in your country, and then that passed down to their family, and they pass that knowledge and wealth down to their families. We let other people come from other countries. And I really don't have a problem with the fact that people are coming from other countries. I'm all about trade and commerce with other areas. We can't just have everything from this area, everything from North America, and never, do trade with any other country. But don't come here, establish a residency, and then say, oh, well, the people that were here, too bad for you. You don't get reparations from my taxes. You don't get in this country if it's not from my taxes. Do you understand that? There's no North America for you to immigrate to, for you to migrate to without my taxes and every American who is here before you. So you don't get, that's what I'm talking about, the replacement. And some people think that Americans can't be replaced. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Yes, we can. We can be replaced. Instead of we're going to come to America and bring our heritage, bring our culture, but we're going to make sure that we uphold and our loyalty is to American way, the American democracy. But we don't have to give up our background, our heritage, our customs. They come here and they want to take it over. And it starts with people like Kamala Imhoff Harris. Now, I promise you, I don't have a problem with this lady being president of the United States. I hope it does not happen. Right now, I think, despite all the noise they're making about her, she picked Tim Walz, and that's, if you look down into what he's been doing, he's really not a good vice presidential candidate. But, of the ones that she could have picked. But she needed a record to stand on, because she cannot stand on her own record. She can't stand on her Senate record, Vice President Kamala Harris. She can't stand on her record as a vice president. She cannot. When you start out in life and you're in your 20s and you're working your way through whatever you're going to be in college and, marriage and relationships, if all the decisions that you made are anti-Black Americans, Yes, it'll probably be Trump, because I'm sure people won't vote for me. But if Trump is in prison, then you might want to vote for me because I'm the only one that's going to pardon him. But when you go through life, the decisions that you make are anti-American, and they're more to bringing it doesn't matter whether they're Asian or Indian or Jamaican or Haitian. Her whole platform has been to bring these people over here. And so you can't stand on Tim Walz's record, because Tim Walz's record is worse than hers. It is worse than hers. So to say that Ann Coulter doesn't know what she's talking about because she's saying that foundational blacks, which I don't call myself a foundational black, but I understand what she means, and I'm not offended or insulted that she says it. She means the Black Americans, Ann Coulter, that were brought over here. And a lot of these people, you came here on your own. All right, I got to go because I don't want to make video too long. But I just wanted to finish up what I was saying. David Fuller, vote for Golda Harris. I'm registering. I'm a write-in candidate if they take Trump out. And they're trying. Have a good day. Golda D. Harris for president.